For all the latest community news and events.
103.2 Preston FM.
Your community, your radio.
A few weeks ago, in fact it was way back in August, Sue Thompson came in from Rosemere, told me a lot about the foundation and also about this event this evening. So this seems a perfect time just to whet your appetite. If you're only going to sit in front of the telly tonight, get yourself over to Blackpool and walk the lights with the Rosemere Cancer Foundation. Here's Sue Thompson to tell us all about the organisation and the event. And I've been joined by Sue Thompson here in the studio. We've been having a good old chinwag while that record was playing,
yes.
haven't we? So thank you very much for coming down, Sue.
It's a pleasure.
Are you happy to be here?
Oh, absolutely ecstatic.
You've got a huge grin on your face. We were just talking about when Rosemere started, because you are the Chief Officer of the Rosemere Cancer Foundation
I
there
am,
at
yes.
RPH. When did this Rosemere start?
Well, the foundation was formed whilst the building was being built, but I came into post the day the cancer centre opened at the end of February 1997.
You look so young.
I know, and my ID card still looks the same as it did 17 years ago.
You still got the same one?
No, I've just been forced to change it,
so
reluctantly.
So you came and you've been with the project for the whole time?
I have. When I arrived, I didn't have a desk. I had a waste paper bin I nicked from somewhere else.
They're still looking for that.
Yeah, they are. And a chair that I nicked from somewhere else. And I went round the hospital purloining anything that wasn't nailed down to set up my office.
So Rosemere Cancer is funded by the NHS?
The centre is funded by the NHS.
The actual buildings
and the staffing and the provision of the treatment. What the foundation provides is all those extras that we know make a big difference to our patients. It makes their treatment journey that much more comfortable or efficient. And dare I say it, it's sometimes actually enjoyable.
Yeah, but we know what you mean in the nicest and most emotional way. So was this foundation running from the moment it was off, or was it just the care first of all?
It was set up purposefully when the cancer centre opened.
So at the same time? At
the same time, right. Yeah. And it's unusual because it was set up as a regional charity. So whilst we're part of Lancashire Teaching Hospitals Trust and Royal Preston Hospital, we actually fund projects that benefit cancer patients wherever they're treated in Lancashire and South Cumbria. So at the local cancer units in Chorley and Blackburn, Burnley, Blackpool, Lancaster, Barrow and Kendal as well.
So tell me some of the things that are those add-ons that the foundation deals with and offers.
Well, it's things like we have patients coming from right across the region for radiotherapy, and so we spent initially £30,000 in installing a refreshment cafeteria, which is totally run by volunteers who are absolutely marvellous. And we've just doubled the size of that, investing another £50,000. And that means that patients who are travelling often a long way for their treatment can get a free hot cup of coffee or tea or cold drink. They can buy sandwiches and biscuits and just generally have a little bit of a sit down in our coffee shop, which is very much appreciated.
It's very tiring being with people who are at hospital, isn't it? Just being there.
It is. And the coffee shop in the heart of the cancer centre gives a nice focal point. It's actually used as a meeting point, and it's a very relaxed environment. And I know groups of patients who've met whilst having their treatment and who still meet up now, you know, some 8 to 10 years later.
So have you got a team of dedicated volunteers who help you out with all these activities?
We have a group of dedicated volunteers, and we have a very committed staff of the foundation who support all those volunteers who are helping raise the funds for us. And we've raised funds for all sorts of other things as well, things like complementary therapies for patients who are going through treatment. That helps them relax, but it also helps them minimise the effects of chemotherapy, things like nausea and breathlessness. And we also invest in research and in the very latest technologies. Often it takes a while for the NHS to roll out the very latest treatments. Well, we are able to preempt that and enable our patients in Lancashire and South Cumbria to get that treatment a little bit earlier than they would do normally.
Do you find that some of your volunteers are people who've been through the painful process of losing someone to cancer and then come back to help you?
Very often, and our core funding will always come from our patients and their families. I would say probably 80% of our income comes from that source and from people fundraising on our behalf as a result of having a personal experience.
Do you have sort of a ballpark figure that you need every year to run the foundation and all its services? Are you able to share that with us?
Very definitely.
Am I going to be shocked?
£800,000
every year.
It's really nearer. The more we raise, the more we can do.
Well, the more you've got, the more you can spend.
Absolutely.
On useful
and
things.
we do spend it. We don't sit on it. We don't build up large reserves in case of a rainy day. You know, every day is a rainy day. We can always find something that's going to make a real difference to patients.
People who are ill, the important day is today.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, you know, we have a number of projects running at any one time. And here in Preston, you know, what we're looking for at the moment is to raise £100,000 for the very, very latest endoscopy equipment for the treatment of lung cancer patients. We have a spike of lung cancer here in Lancashire, particularly in the Preston to Blackburn, Burnley, East Lancs corridor. And we have a wonderful physician at Preston called Dr. Manava, who is a foremost authority across the world in this sort of diagnosis and treatment. And we're looking to buy him the very, very latest equipment, which has only just been developed and approved. So it will be the first kit of its kind in the UK. But we need to raise that £100,000 to provide it.
You've got 2 events coming up, which is the main reason you've come today, and we haven't even mentioned them yet. So
no, we haven't. Okay, well, one of them is in cooperation with our very good friends at Galloway's Society for the Blind, and we are doing a joint event, Walking the Lights, through the Blackpool Illuminations on Friday the 12th of September. Starting at Bispham and ending at Stargate. It's about 5 miles.
Now that's doable.
It's doable, especially as there are lots of benches to sit down on along the way,
and
lots
dark.
of places to stop. Yeah, you could sit on your bench and nobody would see you.
It always seems to go quicker in the dark. Like when you were coming home from your day out, it was always quicker getting home, wasn't it?
Actually, that's true. Yes, that's true. So this is an event that we are doing in conjunction with Galloway's Society for the Blind. They, but that like us, they're regional, and they cover the whole of Lancashire and South Cumbria as well.
So have you got quite a lot of volunteers so far for this Walking the Lights?
We've got quite a few entrants for it, yes. And it's on Friday the 12th of September. So we're hoping for good weather.
There'll be wind.
There will be wind. There's always wind at Blackpool. There's sea breezes. But all the details are on our website.
So tell me the website address again.
The website address is www.rosemere.org.uk, or you can call 01772 522913.
Children will love that, won't they?
Yes, and it's a stroll. It's not, you know, it's not a race. People can take it at their own pace, and as we said, stop and drink in the sights.
The community spirit will get you along, won't it? Because you're not walking on your own thinking, am I there yet? No. We walk as a big group, and that's nice because you get to meet new people and have a chat and enjoy the evening. So are we sponsoring or just paying an entry fee for that one?
You can pay an entry fee, but you can also get yourself sponsored.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
It would be excellent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, you said that the Walk the Lights isn't a race, but neither is the Onesy Challenge, really.
It isn't really. No, it isn't.
So what's its official title?
It's the Onesy Family Fun Run.
Right.
And the aim is to provide a fun and non-serious running or toddling or wombling event.
I can go with a wombling.
In your onesie. On Sunday the 28th
You've just
September.
come up with a new concept, wombling in your onesie.
Wombling in your onesie, that's it.
We'll work on that one. So where is that taking place?
That's taking place at Preston Areana on Sunday the 28th of September, and starting at 2:30. And there's I was going to say race. It's not a race.
No, it's not a race. It's a run.
It's a run around the track there for little people, nicely contained. Nobody can get off course or disappear off into the trees. And then there is an adult and family event on the cycle track.
Right.
One is that last one is a mile along the cycle track.
It is. I've ridden around that one on my bike, when I used to be fit. I've got a lovely bike, but I don't go out on it. And it is
There's
just
no point in having it if it's in the garage.
It's the run round the track for the mile and in your onesie.
Yeah.
Right. Will there be photographs of the most outrageous onesies?
Absolutely. There'll be prizes, spot prizes
Really?
for the most outrageous onesie. Absolutely. But there'll be lots of other things going on as well. We'll have stalls there and bouncy castle, and there's a cafe open and various other things. So it's a good family day out.
What day of the week is that?
It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday, obviously, if people come in the afternoon.
And it is a fun run. We're not having any timings. It's not for serious runners. It's for people who want to come and have a bit of fun.
Sunday nights from 9. Join Steve Franklin live for Preston FM's weekly request show.
Could I have some Pink Floyd for my mum?
Gino by Dixie's Midnight Runners.
Can I request 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton, please?
What a way to make a living.
Lavender by Marillion.
Sunday nights from 9. 103.2 Preston FM. The weekend stops here.